Welcome back to Extra Innings on 90.7 WKKL on this snowy Monday afternoon. Hope you guys are all staying safe out there. Well, here it goes. This is a story I neglected to talk about last week because, well, it seemed pretty ridiculous. It seems like a gigantic non-story, something that people will just get over in a couple days, but boy was I wrong about that. I'm talking, of course, about hashtag Deflategate, hashtag BallGhazi, hashtag whatever you want to call it. Also, as an aside, can we please stop attaching the suffix gate to anything scandalous? I mean, first of all, Watergate was the name of the hotel. Second of all, I guarantee you not too many people in the media even remember it at this point. And I like BallGhazi better, because the last time I witnessed an overreaction of this magnitude was, well, Benghazi. But I digress. This is the most overblown story I've ever seen, not only in sports media, but in any media. So I'm going to hit a few key bullet points for you on here on what you need to know, not only as a Patriots fan defending them at your Super Bowl party, but as an objective observer trying to make an informed decision using logic and reasoning. Number 1. There is no evidence of anyone on the Patriots tampering with the balls. For those of you so quick to condemn Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, or the entire Patriots organization, let me remind you, we have a little thing in this country called due process. You know, the doctrine the NFL invoked to protect Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson, and Greg Hardy and Ray McDonnell and even Jim Irsay. The NFL is filled with unsavory characters, from a player to an executive level. But again, digressing. Well, due process means that no one can be condemned before they have their day in court. The NFL found that 11 balls were deflated, but where's the evidence of the Patriots doing any of the tampering? At any given playoff game, there are over 20 cameras in and around an NFL stadium. Why is there no video? Show me the proof of a Patriots official or ball boy or someone sticking a needle into a ball and letting out air. Show me the evidence. We all know the NFL has trouble obtaining video evidence, but this is a nationally televised NFL playoff game, not an elevator in Atlantic City. Was that a low blow? I'm sorry. Someone would have seen it if the Patriots were deflating balls. All the Troy Aikmans and the Mark Brunells going on TV condemning the Patriots have nothing to base their allegations on other than a deep-seated hatred for the organization. Number 2. The league's hands aren't clean. We know it's been a tough year for the NFL watching Commissioner Barney Fife absolutely botch the Ray Rice investigation as badly as he did, and the NFL took a major credibility hit this year. The facade was broken through, so to speak, and it is important to remember that it pays for the NFL to have a villain. Think about how long they're dragging this investigation out for, past the Super Bowl. Fairness would be to settle this issue as soon as possible and let the Patriots focus on game planning. But by dragging this investigation out as long as they are, the NFL is basically saying, go ahead, root against the Patriots, we don't care. More eyes on the Super Bowl and more money in our pockets. They welcome having a villain. Another issue is to point out that the referees, the officials, the league employees are in charge of measuring the balls, of filling them to the proper pressure once the teams have handed them over. Once that has been completed, the teams don't get to touch the balls again. Is it laziness, is it incompetence, or contempt that the officials failed to recognize such a significant drop in PSI of the ball? Maybe neither. But there's no way we can sit here and pretend like the league has clean hands on all of this. Number 3. Science. Bill Belichick gave a press conference explaining exactly scientifically how a ball can deflate due to atmospheric conditions, even inviting everyone to go do that experiment on their own. When you get into a car on a cold day and your tire pressure light goes on, that doesn't mean anyone's been tampering with your tires. If a ball or a tire is inflated with warm air and then set out in the cold, the pressure will be released to reach an equilibrium between the ball and the outside air. Don't believe me? Watch Bill's press conference where he scientifically explains it, or better yet, go do it yourself. And fourth and finally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a non-issue, a non-story. The fact of the matter is the Patriots scored 28 points in the second half when the balls they were said to be using were properly inflated. 28 points. Plus, the Patriots defense shut down Andrew Luck and the Colts. But this story has taken on a life of its own. ESPN just keeps adding fuel to the fire so they have something to talk about in one of the slowest weeks in professional sports. Seriously. You can't have John Brinkus come out and basically do an entire segment about how it doesn't matter, deflated balls give zero competitive advantage and are in fact beneficial to the defense, and then pretend like this is the biggest story you've ever seen in professional sports. You cannot contradict yourself like that. I'm sick of professional overreactors coming out of the woodwork saying they need to replay the AFC Championship, or Brady and Belichick need to be suspended for the Super Bowl, suspended for the year. I'm going to break the fourth wall here for a second. We in the sports media are professional overreactors. I don't get paid to do this, but those that do get paid to sell stories like this as if they were a massive scandal, when at the end of the day, we're really just talking about deflated balls. I know your parents probably gave you the if all your friends jumped off a bridge speech, at least one in your life, but seriously, other teams tamper with balls. It happens all the time. Brad Johnson openly admitted to paying to tamper balls before the 2002 Super Bowl. Teams do things like this with regularity, and yet only the Patriots seem to get put on blast for it. And some people say it's their history, but at the time they were filming signals, you gotta remember, other teams were doing it as well. Bill Belichick is a brilliant coach who always likes to push the envelope, and although that rubs a lot of people the wrong way, he always does it within the rules, and that's the bottom line. All this is a bunch of mudslinging over something that's really a non-issue. ESPN broke the story, fueled the fire, and the national media gobbled it up because people with their individual anti-Patriots biases are incapable of being objective about this. But the fact of the matter is there is zero evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of the Patriots, and this right here is the biggest non-story I've ever seen. I am ashamed and embarrassed on behalf of the sports media for even running with this story in the first place, and that is why from this point on, I will not be discussing this any further. Because in the end, it's not the size of Tom Brady's balls, it's what he does with them. You like that? Alright, this is probably the longest monologue I'll ever do on the show, but I'm glad I covered this as thoroughly as I did. Now let's all take a breath and enjoy some music. You are listening to Extra Innings on 90.7 WKKL, the Cape's commercial-free alternative.